Hi everyone, and welcome to Sunflower Jade Creations, formerly known as Plants with Debbie. Hi and welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in. Time viewers, welcome to my channel. But those who have been with me since the beginning um, might notice the big name change. I decided to do this name change after much reflection and really analyzing what my niche for YouTube should be, because if you've seen some of my videos, actually I took down quite a few from my view list because they were just too many different topics. I have a lot of plan with me, like decorating my planner spreads, monthly spreads, weekly spreads, and then I have a couple of videos on how to make your own planner covers, um, laminating the covers, how to print them, how to make them on Procreate. But I also had a couple of videos on budgeting because that is one thing that I currently am doing. I love to budget. I love to have money in my cash envelopes and use that system to help me pay off debt. But I was adding too many different genres in my YouTube channel, so I decided to, you know what, let me really look at what I'm trying to go for this channel. So, after much thinking, I decided just to reflect it to my Instagram, which is Sunflower J Creations, where I have my handmade paper goods and party favor shop. So, if you're interested in checking my Instagram, I'll link it below. But I usually I started noticing a trend of me posting more not pictures, but posting videos on my my DIYs on covers. And then I started noticing I had some budget videos, and then I had some coloring videos. I do love to use alcohol markers to color. So it was just too many topics in one. So I kind of was like, you know what, this is just probably confusing the YouTube algorithm, because I really want to grow my YouTube channel. So I think right now what's best, and it did set me back by removing certain videos with high views um, and watch time. So it was a decision I didn't want to do, because once I took a couple of videos off, it really put my numbers behind, and then it re-changes the algorithm for my channel and to reach to other viewers. So it was something I was really considering, and I knew like the drawbacks to taking off some videos. But I think this is probably the best, because it was just too much having to, like, trying to put all the things I like to do in one channel. But I think I'm just going to stick to the topic of Sunflower J Creations whenever I'm making um, party favors or my planners, my notebooks, like custom items that people actually purchase, stickers, sticker sheets. I'll probably do videos on that topic. That way it can match with my Instagram. So I'll link my Instagram below just in case you're wondering. And also, I do offer on like digital templates that you can purchase through my Instagram for certain party favors or even planner covers, because I do get a lot of requests just to sell custom made digital planner covers. So, if that interests you, go check out that link below. But anyways, let's get started on today's video. So, as someone who is in the party favor paper crafting business, like myself, you tend to have a lot of different tools. I have a Cricut Maker. I recently sold a Cricut Explorer Air 2 because I wasn't really using it. And I also have the Cricut Joy Extra, which, by the way, I absolutely love the Joy Extra. You could do more things with the Joy Extra. It's super tiny. It's super cute. And I decorated with really cute UV DTF decals. So my little Joy Extra is it's just fabulous. And I love to use it because I can cut my stickers, my orders that I get. I don't have to take out my maker because my maker is pretty heavy. I'm not saying that I can't lift it, but it's too big and it takes the space on my desk. So my little Joy Extra is perfect. I also have a meat laminator machine, which I absolutely love. And I also have different hole punches, especially since I like to make planners and notebooks similar to the Happy Planner covers, like the disc bound spirals. I also have just a bunch of different knickknacks that are related to my shop that I use for my shop. But one thing that I didn't have was the We Are Memory Keepers mini cinch, or even the cinch. That is one thing that I've been wanting for the longest time, and I mean like the longest time, like maybe 2 years already. But it was that ugly gray one. It was the big, ugly, dull gray colored one, and I knew what it was for. You can make notebooks, planners, and all that good stuff, like the spiral, the coil bound with the binding. And I always thought like, oh, that's so cool. You know, I can make my notebooks, my planners with the coil. But I didn't like the color. And then they came out with the cinch, which comes in a pink color and this beautiful mint color. Personally, I love both the colors of the cinch. And by the way, the I believe the pink one is square holes and the blue one is circle holes. Just FYI, if you're ever interested, the colors represent different hole punches. But I didn't want to spend like $100 on the cinch, so I was thinking, okay, maybe I'll check out the mini cinch. So I saw a lot of other YouTube videos of reviews on the mini cinch, and since this is super cute and super small, I was like, okay, I think this is probably something I'm gonna get. It's $51 on Amazon right now. I checked it before I made this video, and they do offer a bundle. And the bundle includes the mini cinch. I think it also includes a few different coils, chipboard, and pliers. So it's a pretty good little bundle for $69. I believe it's 69 or 79. But it's like everything you need in your little starter pack. But again, it's pretty pricey. I went to my local Hobby Lobby yesterday and I came across the mini cinch. I was hoping to find the big one just in case, but I was really eyeing the little mini one. So I came across the mini cinch yesterday, and I saw that it was on clearance for $27.99. So I checked my phone, I checked the pricing, and I'm like, oh, okay, $51 compared to 27 is still, a good amount of money, a big difference. Hobby Lobby initially sells it at $79.99, but then they put here your price for $59.99, and then of course this is reduced, so it's $27.99. But it doesn't come with anything. It's just the machine itself. It doesn't come with any coils. It doesn't come with no pliers. But one of the things that I noticed was this color, the blue, the aqua, is square. So the mini cinch will hole punch square holes. So just keep in mind that the larger cinch, the blue, will do circles and the pink does squares. So it's kind of like reverse. But either way, $27 compared to $59.99 or even $51 right now on Amazon. I think it's still a great buy. I don't plan to return it. This is something I'm going to be using in my crafting shop because I do get orders for custom planners. For someone who loves to make your own notebooks, planner covers or planners, for yourself, or even to gift it to someone, I think this little tool is perfect for you. So earlier when I unboxed it, I started hole punching some papers. So you might see some little little papers fly off, but here is the thing to hold the little paper, the little lever to hold down the, what is this called, like the little plank, the handle. And of course you have your alignment. It does come with instructions. I did look through it. And it kind of tells you how to use this little thing right here, this little alignment tool. And of course the letters right here, ABC, it kind of gives you a guide on the machine of what it stands for. So if you're gonna hole punch, I'm assuming the size of the notebook, like for me, I make happy planners or happy planner dupes. There are 7 by 9.25. So it's still something I'm trying to get used to. And if I'm thinking of the conversions of 9.25 correctly in my head, then maybe it is B. So 9.25 of an inch would be 1/4. And then of course it has the sizes of A4, A5, A6, A7. I'm not too sure what those sizes are, or if they're congruent to the inches, the little inches above it. I really don't know, but I think 9.25 will be B. So once, let me do a little test right now. I don't want to, let me get a piece of cardstock because I don't want to use some of that sticker paper I have. So let's pretend this is, you know what? I think I have my paper trimmer. Let's pretend I'm making dashboards for a planner for this order I currently have. And let's see, this is for that planner, 9.25. So that will be 1/4 of an inch. So this is the dashboard. Sorry about all that clanking, all that noise. Oh, also the side, since I haven't started printing and trimming all my papers, I can't assemble the planner yet, but this side is for the coils where you hang the little coil. So, okay, so my planners are in the size of a happy planner. So let's get the 9.25. The 0.25 is 1/4 of an inch, so I'll make sure it's right at the edge. Hole punch it. You take off the little alignment tool, and then there's this little lever right here that you use to put this baby in place. So if I was to put this hole right under this lever, I snapped it in place, you're gonna have a missing hole. There's this gap here. You don't want that gap unless that is the layout you want in your hole punches, but that's not what I'm going for. So, like I said earlier, I was practicing, so I need to put the hole punch. Pretend this didn't happen. I would have to put the lever within this hole punch, and I use that as my guide. Lift it up, and now you can see that it hole punched that little gap. And then of course you're not going to put the lever down here, you're going to put it on the second one, because again you're going to have a gap if you do that. I have my lever down, lift it up, and there you go. Now you have it hole punched. So I think hole punching, the covers, dashboards, is very easy. I think it shouldn't be that difficult. However, I think the tricky part is making the covers for making the covers for this planner. I usually laminate all my covers because again, I do disc mount happy planner cover dupes, happy planner covers, and they're laminated. So I usually do a pretty thick planner cover, close to like 9 mil. I have laminating pouches in 3 mil. So I kind of, let's see, I'm trying to think of the steps. So I laminate the first layer and then I trim it. Obviously, I trim it, and then I put the second layer, I trim it again, and then my third layer, which is already 9 mil, that's the layer I do not trim. I give a little border around the sheets. That way it can seal and not open up. So this type of planner is going to be slightly different. I won't be laminating and having the border the way I do my disc bound planners. Instead, I'm going to be covering chipboard. So I haven't done this method of covering chipboard before. I'm fairly not good at using self-laminating sheets. I always use the pouches and run it through my Mink. So this is something that I am going to be practicing on because I don't want to mess up my chipboard. Chipboard is pretty expensive. And if it's something that you plan to do and sell, like of course you want to purchase a pack, right? But I don't, right now I'm limited to a couple of chipboards, so I don't want to mess them up. I want to get it right. But the only thing, excuse all this little fuzzy mess, the only thing that I'm concerned about is not being able to cover this correctly. And of course I could probably do this off camera, but I really don't want to. I kind of want to show you guys what do I like, my process. So I'm going to be doing this, and I'm going to fast forward the video, that way you don't have to hear me talking. But I'm going to use self-laminating sheets. I bought this at Hobby Lobby. Unfortunately, this was not at 40% off, so I paid $8.99 for it. But I have my little squeegee here. That way I can, get any air bubbles out. But I'm using my Koala brand glossy photo paper because it's super thin, and it's the same one I use for chip bags. I don't have any glossy sticker paper, which is something you could also use. But right now I'm using the photo paper and the laminating sheets to cover my covers, right? Excuse me. That way, when this person receives this order, she's not going to have that sticky photo paper, because it does have like a certain tack to it, but that can be helped. It's the same thing with sticker paper, the glossy kind. Not so much with the matte, because it's just, there's no gloss to it, so it's just normal paper. But really, like the matte sticker paper, it looks dull, it looks kind of boring. So that's why I am going for the glossy look. I think it looks really nice, more vibrant. You could even see that the colors are very different. This color is what I saw on my computer when I was designing it, but when I printed on matte sticker paper, it came out with this peach color. This is more of the color that I was going for. So wish me luck on laminating the covers using the self-laminating sheets. Again, I don't have a lot of practice doing this. The times that I have tried doing self-laminating sheets, I've messed up before. So this is not really something I'm looking forward to be honest. But that's how we get better, right? With practice. So I'm going to be doing that right now, and I'm going to be fast forwarding the video. That way I don't bore you guys to death. Okay guys, so I already did one sheet of lamination on, or the self-laminating sheet on this cover. So I'm just going to pick it up pretty gently off of my mat. So just FYI, this came out a lot better than what I expected. I actually had a little bit of nervousness there. But let me just go over this real quick with you. When you're making your own planner covers, I'm not sure if you can see, there's a difference in color. I made a border, like a very light pale pink, and of course there's that white border. Let me sit down real quick. So I made a light border as a way for me to use as a guide to trim the excess, because when I'm going to use double-sided tape to cover the covers. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to cut the excess off, but there's still going to be a little bit of a border for me to wrap the, to wrap the sides onto the chipboard. So let me just trim this part, and it would be really helpful to have, you know, obviously sticker paper, but I'm going to be using double-sided tape. I think sticker paper probably will save more time, just because all you do is peel the back and that's it. You are done. But I don't have glossy sticker paper, so I don't have that to work with. So I'm going to be sticking double-sided tape. But one thing is, when I bend it, right, I'm gonna be folding all of this. I'm gonna be trimming the sides right here, the little corners. That way they can hopefully overlap and have a good seal. And honestly, if I do mess up, well, I mess up, but it's just gonna be like a learning lesson for me, learning this new technique, this, you know, of using chipboard, using this way to cover notebooks. Because I'm so used to making my notebooks and planners similar to Happy Planner. So this is very new to me. Oops. And you know, we don't become pros all of a sudden. You know, I do make mistakes pretty often as well, you know. So this is actually just new for me. Okay. I'm trying to lift it up carefully because I don't want it to pull off any of the little chipboard. And of course, this is taking a lot more time than I was hoping for, but I expected this because using double-sided tape does take a while. So I need to see, I need to make sure I get this right. So let me use my other this can definitely help. I do have what are those things called? A bone folder. It's somewhere in my backpack. Okay, so I have that here. I could probably use it right now, you know, to get this going. Well, let's see. Let's see how I do this. I'm gonna stand up so that way I can see better. And hopefully I align it properly. There we go. And then I have to trim the corners. I know they sell guides on how to do this, but let me see if I could do it on my own. No, it has to be a little bit closer to the let's see, there's a little gap in between. I don't want that. Let's see, there has to be a way for me to make sure they overlap. Okay, so this one, I think I'm just going to do it not too close then. Okay, and obviously there's a small gap. I could probably fix that by placing sticker paper over it. Where is that? Double-sided tape. I'm going to put it all around, and I will be going over it several times. You could definitely use Mod Podge or like silicone glue. There's a lot of different options out there you could definitely use. Let me burnish that area. There you go. And there will be, like, once I overlap them, you know, obviously you're still going to see the chipboard, but I'm going to be covering it with inner front cover. I do plan to make a custom sheet where she can write her name. It's going to say something like, this planner belongs to, obviously is Lulu, but she can write in her name. She's going to be receiving this gift from her friend, Julia. She ordered it for her friend. And I think this cover, I mean, not this cover, this planner is going to make her feel super special, because receiving an item that's handmade, that is custom made to, you know, your personality, what your interests are, I think that says a lot. Okay, so we're almost done. This is a little bit thinner. Well, I think this was a thicker width. Where is my, oh, sorry. Yeah, that double-sided tape was a little bit wider. This one's a little bit smaller. I do have double-sided tape in different sizes. But anyways, let's see. Sorry. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm using my squeegee to get in there. There we go. Put some pressure in here because I don't want it to come undone, you know. This is the one where I'm just like, ah, I'm a little upset that I cut it a little too close. I'm pretty sure those guides that they sell on Amazon, or even like a stationery shop, a bookmaking shop, will come in handy having those guides. So here I'm really gonna try to put it close, but I couldn't. There's just a big gap. And you see there's a little edge there on here too. Okay guys, so let's just pretend that I have the inner cover printed already complete, and it's going to be printed on matte sticker paper. I will place it on here. I'll probably trim it so it could be within this area and a little bit over this area. So let's just pretend this is it. I don't know if I trimmed it, but let's just pretend. So I would definitely try to cover, I will definitely cover the whole thing, because I want that sticker paper to reinforce all of these edges, and of course to cover up this spot. But again, this is a learning lesson for me. I have no experience making these type of covers, and I think it came out pretty good. You know, minus this little gap here, but it'll be covered with sticker paper. So it would be like, pretend it's like up to here. It will be somewhere around here, yeah. So it wouldn't be as visible, but it will definitely be needed, you know, sticker paper to help reinforce all of this. And then, of course, you know, I will go into this thing and then hole punch it. But I'm not going to hole punch it yet because it's not covered. But anyways, I hope you guys have an idea of the process of making a cover, laminating it, using that mini cinch. I was very intimidated of getting the mini cinch and not the huge one, just because I couldn't find a user, like somebody on YouTube or even on the website, like details on the sizes of notebooks you can make using the mini cinch. Obviously the big one, you can probably make a bigger book, a bigger notebook, but the mini cinch, on the, even on the box and on the website, it shows you like little mini notebooks, little mini planner, you know, just little ones. And I was like, does it only make them like mini sized items? Because I sell, full size functional notebooks, full size planners. So I was kind of like worried I wasn't going to be able to make my 7 by 9.25 planners on the mini cinch, but obviously we can, you know, um, pretend like this was a dashboard, 7 by 9.25. It obviously was able to hole punch. So I really didn't get to see that in other videos, or like I said on the website, of how big you can really make your project. But anyways, I hope you guys liked today's video. I also wanted to give you guys an explanation of my name change, and thanks for watching. I hope you guys subscribe and like this content. Next time, thanks for watching.